Okay, you did it. You did a cord cutting. But did you feel that you have some energetic residue or a nub or a stub or something that just didn't feel right? You didn't do it wrong. No, you didn't do it wrong. But there are some few steps that are required that you may want to consider doing to ensure that you have a clean, clear energy body. Hey, I'm Coach Hunt, and I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. And this message comes from a conversation that I had with my mentor who spoke about cord cutting and the nub, or what I can call like a tag or a little residue that you see on your energy body after a cord cutting um, episode or things like that. And I was explaining to her that a lot of times, well, I wasn't explaining to her. I mentioned to her that usually there's still some healing or some forgiveness that is required with that cord cutting. A lot of times people go into this sacred release because that's what cord cutting is. It's a very sacred release energy process. And they go into it with a mindset of like, I'm done. I'm done with that person. I'm cutting them out of my life. And it's so harsh and it's so unforgiving. And it's done in such an energetic, um, not healing way. I would just say that not healing way. And it has this energetic anger and unforgiveness and sorrow and any of those emotions. And you're going to possibly have a residue left over because it's going to be your residue still holding on to something within that cord. So, yes, the cord can be cut. And as I teach, I give that other part of the cord to that person back to spirit, back to divine love on purpose because. Again, I don't want the cord to just flying all around into the universe where it can reattach to me. And so as I'm seeing it within my energy body and how my intuition has given it to me, when you have that piece or tag or something that you can tell that your body is not smooth, your energy body is not smooth and clean, is because that you cut the cord too quickly or you cut it in a way that you weren't truly 100% ready to let go and have that sacred release. So you can call this like an extra skin, the residue, or like a mole or a tag or anything that just shows up and you feel like your energy body still has a little piece of that. Again, unforgiveness. If you did it too quickly, that is one reason why that energy is still there, and you're still holding on to it. Also, is that you possibly have a memory that needs to be resurfaced so you can release that memory out of forgiveness. A lot of times we suppress things in our mental body and our cognitive understanding and behaviors, as the body knows the score. Then you cut the cord, but you don't know that you don't remember that there's something else that needs to be taken away, that needs to be released, because you can't release anything that you can't remember. At least that's how my intuition goes. Now, you can remember, you can ask for a clean slate to a certain degree, but we got to remember us. This sacred act is spiritual, and spiritual things comes with spiritual contracts and things of that nature that may need to still hold from past generations. And so old memories could come up, things can resurface, and that's when you go back and do another ceremony for yourself, a ritual with the cord cutting. And when that memory comes up, you go back into your energy body and you give it unconditional love. You give it healing and you wait and you wait and you wait. Not all cord cutting are easy peasy, like cut it out kind of scenarios. Things will continue to come up. And then if you trust yourself and you trust your intuition and you take the time to have that, you will go your energy body will go back to neutral and you will begin to shed more internally than you know externally. So you will see that nub or that extra residue just dissipate over time, and you will have more gratitude for it. You will have more forgiveness for that person. And eventually, again, like I said, you will go back to neutral, like where you have the memory, but you have no emotional connection at all. And that's when you know that your cord cutting has been successful. If you still have anger and other high emotions, then your cord is not have been successful. And through the healing process, spirit may lead you to dance, sing, write, draw, color, embody a different energy to support your memories to either be released and or resurface and release, I should say, resurface and release. I know that was a lot. If you have any questions, go ahead and put that in the comments. I also like to say that sometimes, and for some people, I believe, of course, this is me, Coach Hunt, who has utilized this tool over and over again within my own life, that spirit will not allow you to cut certain cords because just because. I mean, I've tried to cut a cord before and I felt that I couldn't even, I knew it was there because I can have that energy with that person, but I couldn't find the cord. And I'm like, why can't I find the cord? And what's going on? Like, I'm tired of this person in my life. Boom, 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 right? And nope, cord can't be found because I still have possibly a soul contract with them. And that just can't be energetically cut off on my part. That needs to be, a contract needs to be broken from both parties. And so I've done that. And also with cord connecting, sometimes I want to connect a chord with spirit, with a particular emotion, because I believe I can only connect to emotions. You don't connect to people. But a certain emotion that I want to embody more into my life, I can't find that either. And I'm like, Spirit, what's going on? Why can't I connect to this particular thing? It's because, well, at least I've heard from myself that, not that I'm not ready for that, but that I have more inner work to do before that particular thing of emotion that I'm desiring um is ready, because I would not be able to handle it, or my energy body will not be able to handle it, and I'm not trying to go crazy. So I listen to my intuition like 100%. I mean, I'd be obedient 100%. Like even with this video, I was driving in the car and I did not want to do this. Well, it's another video that I have to do, but this video, I was like, I don't really want to do this video. I don't want to be the known for the cord cutting woman, so to speak. And but God is like, you're gonna be what I tell you to be, and I'm like, okay, Spirit, I'm going to do that. So, just to recap, when you're doing this sacred release and you're doing the energetic cord cutting, when you start this practice, remind yourself to be in a neutral state, or at least in a gratitude and thanksgiving state, in the fact that you are ready to let go of the cord that in that person or that entity or that energy that you are wanting to release. When you try to cut a cord outside of those things, two things are going to happen. You're not going to be able to cut the cord, or you're going to cut it unsuccessfully, and you're going to go through a lot of unnecessary emotional, um I hate to say the word turmoil, but just a lot of unnecessary emotions, ups and downs, because the cord will, some people believe the cord will come back. I just believe that you never truly cut the cord. Okay. And if you're interested having this sacred release done with me as a coach, one on one, as I walk you through the process in a holistic container, then my information is in the description. We can go ahead and have a coaching session about that, and I can see if you're a great candidate for it. And yes, I love you guys so much. This is been just a quick little video. I have a lot of information, but it's very difficult for me to say it over the internet. Don't want to get flagged by YouTube. And so I love you so much. I have your greatest interest at heart. I do have an offer called From Dear Diary to Dear Me, where you can write about a lot of this releasing. There is several prompts, and that is for December 11th, and I'll put that on the screen. So don't forget to subscribe and like and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you so much. It's Coach Hunt. I have your greatest interests at heart. Bye.